Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus is proud to present the greatest show on earth. Oh no, the circus isn't in town. I was just kidding. But it's a great way to get attention. Wow, people perk right up there. Actually, it also happened to be the announcement I would hear when I ran out from behind the red curtains and took my place in the center ring alongside my fellow clowns. Yes, my name is Valerie Velez Hall, and I was a Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey circus clown. I could have just kept entertaining. I mean, I did make a decent living at it, but I made a choice to follow my dream.
What started for me as a decision to get a degree because everyone said I should have one, instead created an opportunity to be a fellow student with my teenage son. Instead of do your homework, it became let's do our homework together. Sometimes struggling to find that common bond, as a lot of parents do with their teenage children, my son and I found it in an unexpected place, and he and I have never been closer. I am proud that he is here to see me today with my beautiful mom and sister.
I will never forget the hour, the second, or the moment that I realized that I needed to do the hard work to get where I wanted to be. My husband and I were living on love in a small trailer in Idaho. We had just had our first son, Ace. Then I will never forget a moment that a utility worker knocked on my door in the dead heat of summer. We had fallen behind. She turned off our power that day. My son and I spent his afternoon nap in my car with the air conditioning on. I'm sure that you can understand the disappointment and defeat I felt in those moments in my car. But as I did so, I came to a realization. It was my bootstraps moment, and a moment that changed the trajectory of my life. I made the decision to go back to school.
Having a college degree is a self-gratifying goal, and with it, I plan to teach in the community that I was raised in. I currently run an after-school program at my local middle school, and I know that helping these kids see a more promising future is my calling. With determination and the things I've learned at WGU, I know I can make a positive impact on our children of the future and show them that there is a better path. Traditionally in my family, both on my mom's and dad's side, I should have dropped out of high school, been in a gang, and have had a couple of kids by now. No one on either side of my family has graduated high school until I did. When looking back, I'm amazed at all of the things that I've accomplished, coming from the area that I'm from, overcoming all the obstacles in my way, and finally changing the history of my family. I'm so grateful of these accomplishments and to all of the great support in my life. Because of them, I'm here sharing my story with you. And as of last month, I received a job offer from the principal at the middle school that I work at, inviting me to be a full-time teacher for the upcoming school year.
While working in a long-term care facility, I met a patient that taught me about compassion. Joy had psychiatric issues, but was active and stubborn, and I got along well with her and was assigned to be her nurse one day after she'd fallen multiple times. She had been seatbelted to a wheelchair because of the falls, and her most recent fall resulted in her cutting her forehead open, and her sutures were 5 days overdue to be removed because she would not allow anyone to do it. After spending some time with a very agitated Joy, she agreed to allow me to do it if I bought her a Dr. Pepper. When the removal was complete, I brushed her hair and got her out of the wheelchair to take her for a walk to get that Dr. Pepper. And as we walked down the hall side by side, she reached over and grabbed my hand to say these words that have never left me. You know, I like you. You're not like the others. You actually care. Now you ask, what does this have to do with my journey to here? Joy taught me about compassion, and she reaffirmed why I became a nurse. 2 years later, I was working as a contract nurse at a children's home when I met a young man named Jason. Jason has cerebral palsy and is practically nonverbal. My first interaction with him, he smiled and said, I love you. A year later, I adopted him and brought him home to live with me as a single dad at 21 years old.